ABC. Rick is an awesome content creator who banishes brand biases and shows us all bricks count. And he recently made it to 1,000 subs, so he's having a little celebration. So let's go show some Lego love to all bricks count. This was not a paid advertisement for the Cali Brick Clique, but I'm still burning from that chip.
None of us have been here in a month because you know all these experiences are moving. Non-stop. In 5, 4, 3.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Cali Brick Clique, episode 43. Ooh-wee, 43, ooh-wee. You know, we're getting it down on the YouTube, but you can find us in all your podcasting platforms, mostly Spotify. That's what I hear, you know, gets it around the most. But, you know, we have the usual suspects. We got to get into it. Claire, the plastic architect.
Hello.
/ Disney architect. Getting it
down. I know. I'm letting go of Lego.
Yeah, she's swapping over.
Just swapping over. I think actually Sans thinks I am, so he's concerned. Yeah, he's concerned.
And my ninja Shy, and a special guest finally settling in.
Finally.
Let's get my drum roll in. The BrickHive himself.
Hello. Thank you for having me on again. I appreciate it very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. You're going down in the list as a double guest.
Yeah, I am truly honored.
We have to have you in like the new platform too, because you came in like the OG status of how we used to do this.
Yeah, you were one of the first guests.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny you should mention that because I've over the last few weeks I've periodically been watching a lot of the older episodes.
Yes,
and it's really interesting because at the conversations that everybody has is about like general Lego news at the time. So you guys are wondering like what this set's gonna look like or what this is gonna be like, and now we know what those sets look like, or they were like, you know. So it's very cool to go back and watch a lot of older episodes.
Right.
One thing that's great about all of that is like you are not the only one that watches like old episodes. Like it's really weird. Like
Cali Brick Clique episodes?
Yeah, Cali Brick Clique is like every time I look at the analytics or watch the video views or whatever, it's so random. like you can have an episode just do poorly off the gate, and then like 3 weeks later, like 100 people watched it. Like what the
actually that's crazy because they're actually getting recommended to me also. Like the older episodes, yeah, you know. I just thought about that.
Well, I noticed, and it was kind of like a snowball effect because I watched. I mean, because I think it's interesting to go back and watch a lot of them because a lot of the ones that I watch, I'm doing something at the time. So sometimes I'll miss stuff or I'll miss a part of something, or you know, I'll be like, man, I gotta go back to watch that later or whatever. But yeah, you watch one video and then like another one will like pop up on your feed, and you're like, oh, look at that. That's Brickitech. Okay. And then another one pop up. I'm like, oh, I forgot Ryan was on there again. I didn't finish watching that. You know, and like, next thing you know, man. It's
not to hit on Ryan's
18 hours later.
Not to hit on Ryan's episode. Everyone's episode's kind of consistent with as far as retention rating.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's is weird. Like his drops, then comes back. So people are literally leaving.
They get mad and leave, and they come back.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Last night I came to the conclusion that I'm going to stop watching Ryan's content.
Oh, poor Ryan.
He's got enough people watching his content.
No,
I think I'm going to stop watching Ryan's content because it makes me not like him as a person. So I think I'm going to stop.
His content's not bad.
Cold-blooded.
No, I just saw his latest Ask M&R where he was just like, I don't understand not having gender bias. I'm like,
Dang,
I was driving back. I was watching it. Sans was sleeping next to me. We were driving back from Disneyland. This was last night. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to turn around, drive to Orlando, choke him, and then come back. I was like, just slap him on the face or something.
I guess we shouldn't talk about that subject.
It's premeditated now. The first thing we have to edit out,
right?
But it's just like,
just say that.
Why would you assume that as a person from his like race and sexual identifying group and just who he is as like how he identifies himself and where he came from. Like, how does he have the audacity to have an opinion? The only thing that was redeeming about what he said is he's like, please explain it to me. If you can explain it in layman's terms, because I'm a fucking moron, you can please do it in the comments. Anyway, so I've officially decided I'm no longer
Claire is boycotting Ryan.
I am no longer watching M&R Productions because I will not be able to be friends with him.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you a
Take a
question.
stand.
Let me just ask a real general question.
Yeah,
Are
totally.
you okay with removing the friends line?
I don't think that's what gender bias means.
No. Because see, I've always been
was
frame
kinda
line
thinking
that Lego is just about boys and girls. So
Mhm.
why are you making a theme directed at girls?
Towards
I think that's
girls.
how it started, but I
biting him in
remember
the
when
foot
I
now.
used to be a part of them. Like,
Well, I mean,
yes,
if you're going to
although that was
remove
a
the gender thing, then
Okay,
I would
here.
assume
but
Sure.
at
you
the
would.
time of when it came out,
Yeah.
it was intended for women, girls, and now women.
So now
when
we
it
should be
came out, but
removing the
now
friends
they're
No,
trying to remove
no.
that.
No,
Yeah.
let me do you a favor. Let me do you a favor by trying to explain this to you in a really simple way. Gender bias means your own have you ever Googled what it means? It means your assumptions that you've made. You saying that Friends is a theme for girls is your gender bias. That is the gender bias that's been applied to that. Therefore, it is inherently necessary for it to exist. Assuming that Friends is for girls is fundamentally a gender bias. Does that make sense?
Well,
So making it open.
But to be fair though, that's
Then-
what Lego intended it to be for.
Absolutely. So for
Well, that's
them
what
to
I'm saying.
for
So
them,
to
no,
remove it then,
eliminating
right?
it, it's not black and white like that. For them to rectify it would be to rebrand it or remarket it and without changing it and showing that other people are playing it, people of all different,
Well, why wouldn't you
spectrums.
just stick to Lego?
No,
Like,
okay,
just
so
put the Lego City.
the thing is,
theme, you know
this
what I mean?
isn't
Like regular
new news. Like
minifigs and stuff.
Right.
Lego
Why
started
wouldn't you
doing
just
this
stick to
when
that?
I was working for Lego. Like
Yeah.
Lego completely revamped the way they. That's why Disney is with Friends. Like and the way that we're supposed to project how kids come in. We're not supposed to be like, oh, you're looking for a thing for a girl. We don't push them to Friends. We're not supposed to do that. The vernacular you're supposed to say is what are your child's interests. And then you
Yeah,
go off
so-
of that. And I got chewed out for that a lot by parents because they wanted their girl to play with friends. So this isn't new. So this whole like thing about like how do you like, because I watched that part of Ryan's video and I'm like, this whole concept of gender bias and Lego going into that is not a new thing. It's been a thing since I was working for them. That was almost
Yeah,
2
they're
years
just
ago.
making a public
That's how I
statement right
I
now.
mean, I'm not saying I want them to remove Friends or anything. I like to ask the questions, that
No.
because I just always assume that Lego in general. It's kind of like, even though I don't agree with it, it's kind of like the whole the whole skin tone thing that they have, like or the yellow,
Yeah.
for all like city, I guess, mini
Right.
figures or whatever, and
So
how
things
they all
like-
got to be like that. I just assume that all girls and boys would just play with regular Lego.
For
what I mean?
sure, but that's but it's not just like Lego, right? It's not just like one theme or the other. It's also like subtle nuances in terms of like how the commercials are made, or the fact that like if you have like a family Lego set and it's got a cis white dude or a cis dude and a cis female and their two babies. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is gender bias. Like why do you assume that like a nuclear family should be this way? Things like that. Like a lot of it that like kind of loops into it. Also like specific roles, like job roles and stuff. And they've been working on that, right? They've had like different, gender
Yeah.
like different with different roles for a long time. But the thing with gender bias, and I think all these different, biases and stuff, it's like these are societal things that have been like brainwashed and ingrained in us, in all of us, including me, including in whatever they are, in terms of like how we should be presenting ourselves, and to the world, to other people, to our family, to ourselves, all that stuff.
No,
And-
I get what you're saying, which goes
Mhm.
to why I was asking if you think they should remove the friends line, because if what you're saying, like, and I could be misreading it, but just what you're saying kind of just mimics what I was saying about like, okay, look, we want to remove the gender bias thing. We made friends line to be for girls. We're going to remove that, and everybody's just going to play with Lego.
But
boys
why
and
is that the
girls like
first thing that
normal,
you say?
like
Why
Lego.
don't you say we're going to remove Star Wars because that's clearly made for boys? Like, why are you saying
Why
Friends
would
first?
Star Wars be made for boys?
What
No,
if instead of
But
removing
that's my point.
Friends,
That's your gender bias. The fact that you've assumed that like Friends is for girls and
No,
Star Wars
no.
is
That's
for
what
boys, or not
Lego.
for boys.
That's what Lego has done. That's what their whole thing Are you saying Lego didn't make the Friends line for
Hive,
girls?
they did that because the other lines were made for boys. That's theoretically, and it's like if you look at marketing of their stuff that they've done over the last 50 years, like all those other lines were for boys.
Why couldn't they just market the regular Lego for girls?
That's exactly what I think. That's the point.
I mean, they had
instead of
girl
making the
themes
Friends
also.
line, they just
we
market
gotta
regular
remember what
Lego.
came
Like
before
have girls
Friends too.
and boys in the commercials for
Yeah,
Lego.
that's what I'm
do now.
saying.
You know what I mean?
That's the whole
Paradisa
point.
was made for girls.
Yeah.
Intended.
Yeah,
for girls.
well, that's the whole thing, and it's like, and I think it's beyond just girls and boys. I think it's all genders, and I think that's kind of the whole point, right?
Yeah. As it should be. Yeah,
it's gonna be a hard fight for Lego to do that. It is. A lot of places,
and
are
I don't know the answers.
And then, like even right now, when you do gender reveals, what colors are they? They're pink and they're blue. And then what colors are friend sets?
There's definitely ways that they can do it.
A long time.
I guarantee you, there's definitely ways that they can do it. That it's
Stop
like
using purple.
What if they
subtle and that people don't even realize that it's being done, but it's going to have a huge impact on people's lives. Do you know what I mean?
Put the boxes back to everyone else's boxes and stop using purple.
I mean, the boxes are cool.
I don't know.
Cool.
But like,
Purple's cool.
I think purple's. I think the colors are fun. I don't know.
Yeah, but
what if they just made like other kind of sets instead of just? I feel like
mini
all the
dolls
friend
everywhere.
sets are kind of dollhouse-ish right now.
Star Wars mini dolls.
I heard someone talking about like if they had a friend's firehouse or something like that, like mimic the city sets but in friend style.
That'll be dope.
I think maybe it's kind of like Funko Pops. Funko Pops aren't geared towards boys or girls. They're geared towards all, like everybody.
Collectors.
And all ages and all races, and you know what I mean? Like for instance, I got my daughter two Hamilton Pops, right? Yeah. I got my daughter 2 Hamilton Pops because she loves Hamilton, right? But then I was like thinking like, oh, I know someone else that likes Hamilton. You know what I mean? And a completely different age.
But
I would argue
came out with that as that. It didn't come out with blue and pink.
But I would argue that
blue and pink.
I would argue that Pops also target specific financial demographics. Like they're mostly sold in Walmarts and they're mostly sold in stores where like lower income bracket people tend to shop.
I will say Pops are sold everywhere. 7-Eleven.
But they're not
Baskin Robbins.
You don't see them at Nordstrom. You don't see them at Macy's. You don't see them. You know what I mean? Like they don't
you see them at Box Lunch. You see them at Spencer's. You see them at Hot Topic.
All of those.
You see them
and at Kohl's. You see them at Kohl's. But no, I get what you're saying.
Saying all that, I kind of see what you're saying, Claire.
But do you know what I mean? It's like it's like what are you doing back there?
Yeah, I'm like looking at.
I didn't know.
Like aiming for the balloon.
I don't know what he's sniffing. It's as though it's his like first time in here. Anyway, I don't know. We got totally distracted. But my whole point is that like, I was just thinking about that. I got pissed me off last night so badly.
No, it's all good.
Just wanted to vent. It's all good.
No, sorry.
But yes, I don't think there's anything wrong with Lego trying to do what they're trying to do. They can do whatever the hell they want. Like it's really what it is. And right now they're trying to go with the current times of how people should be viewed. And it's going to take them a minute because society in different parts of the world are all different. Not only that, like they came out with the bat with pink and blue. So if they want to erase that mentality, it's going to take them a minute. Like they're going to have to do some drastic changes aside from just putting Disney in the Friends section and just not pushing kids towards one direction or the other.
That's the thing is because you see all these commercials they have now, even for Star Wars themes and everything, dude. It's boys and girls.
Yeah, they're definitely they've been working on that.
Yeah, they're trying.
And shout out to the adult commercials
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, the adult commercials. Have you guys seen? Yeah, like, and also they're like really trying to diversify. You know what I mean? Like what adults are being shown with what sets and stuff like that too.
Have you seen the Instagram or the photos for the Venom Bust?
What?
Oh yeah, it's like, isn't it like a pretty sexy woman?
Okay, there was one. I don't know about that one. There's one where it's in like a kid's room, like a girl kid room.
Oh no, I've seen that one. Yeah, it's like they keep sticking it in scenarios that doesn't make sense. That was actually really well done. Anyway. Yeah, no, one of like it was like one of the big Technic cars that they put like a very like sexy girl, doing it and stuff like that. Yeah.
I need to look for these because, like, now the Venom one popped up, and I was like, "Is this?"
Really I like that one.
Right now?
Yeah,
that one's
funny, that one to me. I like that one.
Oh, that one's funny.
I actually laughed. I was like, "This can't be a Lego post."
So Tech actually asked me. He was like, "Are you gonna do like a video about this like, you know, the statement that they made and stuff. And I think I'm going to, and I probably won't do it by myself. I think it'll be a collaborative effort with people that know a lot more about the subject and can speak a lot more eloquently than me. But I think
Wow, speak more eloquent than you? I don't know how many people are gonna find like that in the Lego sphere.
well, and when I
But
say eloquent, I mean like maybe from a different perspective and that are better educated on the subject matter than I am. And I have a lot to learn on it. So I think that would be something that I'd like to reach out to some of our buddies. What are you doing? What are you doing?
all right, for those of you who are listening on Spotify right now, Claire's cat is about to destroy some stuff in the corner. We can't really see it.
No,
but
so
Claire
in
wants
the,
the corner.
so in the closet I have like, you know, those
I
like
might
big
see it.
you know, I know we wanted to get into the moving, but I have like bins of like
And
bins
we have
of
a wall for that.
plastic bins of Lego, and he like literally jumped into one of the open ones that's like 3 stacked high. He's like sitting in it. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Well, before we get into the moving Lego part, which is what we're going to get to eventually,
Oh, sorry.
how about that missing HP Harry Potter promo that was on the calendar and now it's gone?
I was wondering about that. Is that just online, or is that like at stores too, or what?
I don't know. Like, it was on the calendar. I remember seeing it, and then now it's gone. So
I don't know. Didn't they
I
tell
never
us
even
they're
seen
going to
it.
have distribution issues and aren't
Yeah,
we
see,
seeing
that's
it now? I mean, like it's not that much of a surprise.
Yeah, but
No, it's not.
Are they not able to project these things though?
No. Come on, we have
No,
like 12
there's-
ships outside Los Angeles. Like, that will not be like
Well, I mean, like I
happening.
figure they have to know at least a close number of what they're
No,
producing,
because
right?
they're
That's-
so reliant on so many parties that aren't
Transportation.
themselves. They don't
Yeah.
make the cardboard boxes. They don't probably print the cardboard boxes, all that stuff, right? And so they don't deliver them themselves. They're probably reliant on 100 different companies that do the delivery service, you know, globally.
Mhm.
And so imagine if like one of like the cardboard person or something, like they screw up and then they call Lego. They're like, you know, I mean, you know this. Your industry is like depend on so many different people. It's like you find out from like, you know, that one sub that and it's going to delay it by like 3 weeks, and there's quite literally nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like-
but the difference with my industry though is none of my companies or whatever that I get anything from don't make claims the same way Lego does.
Well, okay, so
Which goes to the
trading right now
question
in
for
general
a
is
$4 to $6
hard.
billion company revenue a year annually. Is there anything that they can do about this, or is it just out of their hands?
Well, it's not even just Lego. It's Mattel.
all
It's
the-
everybody. Like,
and all
everybody
supply
has.
chain- yeah.
Yeah, if you're shipping product through ships overseas, it's not moving as fast as it should be, and it's not their problem. It's the U.S.'s problem. It's our weak. What do you call that?
Would it be customs? Maybe?
No, transportation, commodity transportation issues, whatever. Like it's just horrible because we don't have enough people in trucks picking stuff up. It's just a whole bunch of stuff, and that's the reason why all the ports are just overfilled with product and just kind of anchored off the shore. But my thing with this one though is I don't think that Lego can make enough of it. I don't think that's a problem. I think is that they have a promo lined up. This is me thinking out of my ass. They have a product. They had a promo lined up for Harry Potter in January, and they can't get that product made, that specific promo made for
You think they're
January.
pushing that.
So they're pulling this one in lieu because this one's ready. This one's already probably in the United States already. They're holding that off to the side, getting ready to release for something in January because January is a big push.
And they're
for
like,
Lego.
oh, we overdid it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Lego Harry Potter comes out in January, and they were like, we overdid it for October. There's a bunch of promos already.
Yeah.
There aren't any new Harry Potter releases, and then we're about to flood them with holiday promos in November.
Exactly.
So,
And not only
Yeah,
that,
I mean, that
it's
makes
just that
sense.
yeah.
Lego right now, they know they don't need to promote us from buying anything. We're going to buy it. And if they're already going to be short in December because of shipping issues,
It's like a better of two evils. It's
yeah,
like,
it's like, why put a promo out to entice them to already fight when they're already fighting for product?
and then it's hard to entice people January 1st to buy stuff because everyone's already spent
Broke.
a ton of money on Christmas.
Exactly.
I mean, they have gift cards though. Maybe
They
got,
do,
you
but
know.
gift cards are usually purchased right after holiday, like right after Christmas, during those 2 weeks before January or a week and a half.
Like,
Are you
So
guys actually? Did anyone actually want that promo? Hive, are you even
No.
are you even a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
see it.
I don't care for it.
Yeah,
Except-
I'd
except when
really
I watched
like to have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Except when I watched Josh's video today on his Harry Potter sets.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care about Harry Potter. I never have.
Yeah.
But he made that video relate to me in so many ways. I was just
Oh,
my
really? I
goodness.
haven't
it's
watched
funny.
it.
That
I haven't
last
watched
dad
hilarious.
joke was too much. I was like, oh my god, dude. That was
I haven't watched it. I can't wait.
oh man.
So yeah, sorry, my kid's like knocking on the door with a toy, with a wooden block.
Wow, it's not even a
He just
Lego
threw it-
brick.
He just put it underneath the door frame. He's like, here. But yeah,
You
so it's
better
gone.
yourself.
We don't know. We can only speculate to the reason why. But another Lego thing that just came out, the Harry Potter, the Home Alone set already got leaked out.
Is it the
I
actual one?
missed
Like,
that picture.
Yeah, it came out today. I think a few people posted it up, and now it's
Did it
everywhere.
look? Did it look good?
It looks really, really good.
Who's like I'm
Yeah,
that's
how-
like that's day one for me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
I am
Oh.
not gonna buy anything until the new modular comes out.
Got it.
okay.
I didn't buy a
think
damn
I'm
thing for
gonna
VIP
ask
either.
for because the modular comes out in like January, right?
January 1st.
Yeah, so I'll probably ask for that for my birthday.
Did you get the police station?
No, I haven't bought any modulars like in the last few years. The last one I bought, I think, was I want to say Assembly Square was the last new one, but then I bought
my God.
half of the pet shop on eBay.
You bought half of it?
Do you have a garage?
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to get
like-
that. Isn't that retiring?
What's that?
The garage.
The corner garages, yeah.
It might be. I don't know. I think so. It's just what, dude. There's a lot of things retiring that I'd like to
Mhm.
get.
Yeah.
Can't
There's a lot of
keep
things
up.
not retiring that I'd like to get. There's a lot of things that haven't come out yet that I'd like to get. You know,
Sometimes you gotta call it.
So right now we all feel like we've just given up on trying to get all the cool stuff. It's just like, you know what? I have no space or I have no money. You know what? Screw it. I just can't win with Lego right now.
I did buy something though because even though I swore I wasn't gonna buy any Lego for a while, I did buy something else. Come on, let me check.
Guilty. Look,
So for those of you who are listening, Hive promised his viewers and friends that he was going to stop buying Lego
Did you really?
in mass. Yes, he did. And I made fun of him saying that he was
More
going to fail
parts.
that miserably. All right, now he's back.
let's see what
Dude,
happens.
check this out.
Is it Black Series?
No, it's the Marvel
see.
Legends.
Oh, the legends.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
It's
not
the
Lego. That's
zombie
better.
Captain America. Man.
That's cool.
dope.
That actually
He's
looks
That
good.
is really cool. That would freak out my son for sure.
Dude,
get
and
that.
it's like so detailed, man. It's like his legs. You can see through his legs and stuff.
You know, I've never really appreciated action figures until these past 2 years, ever since I was a
This
kid.
I've never bought any of these. You know, I've seen a lot of them that are really cool.
Mhm.
But I had to get this one.
Did they? Does that one have the thing where it gives you a piece of like another one, so you want to buy the
what's
other one?
crazy is all the other ones do,
Not all of
Oh,
them.
Oh, cool.
but he's
Like-
the only one that doesn't come with a piece.
From that
Interesting.
series, like I noticed on the Eternals, like the evil, like the villain and the Angelina Jolie figures don't have ones of like others.
But
We were
they-
just looking at them the other day.
Right.
Yeah.
And they build the Watcher, so that's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's really
Um,
cool.
Speaking of the Eternals, Mrs. Hive was just asking me last night.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Yeah, do you want to go see that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
I
stuff I
see.
want to see at this point.
You saw, I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet. either.
I haven't
seen
seen
it
it yet
Me
either.
neither, yeah.
What's coming out on Christmas? Oh wait, Matrix is coming out.
There's so
Yeah.
much.
What else
There's
is
a
coming out?
there's a few things coming out. I just can't remember
Sing
what they are.
2
Did you guys see Squid Game yet?
I have
in the middle
not.
of it.
I couldn't.
Everybody keeps telling me about it, and I'm like,
It's pretty good.
yeah.
I don't want to say anything. I gotta watch it again. I watched it late night,
No.
Were you watching it dubbed or were you watching with subtitles?
and I was
Mhm.
watching it dubbed. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this before on here, but I don't know. It just automatically registered as a comedy to me, and I was like, I can't.
because you're
Well, see, my
listening
problem
to
is
it
I've seen all the
and-
highlights.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cliff Notes.
Yeah,
Okay. Maybe I should do that.
Cheated.
but
like
like
reading
I've
the
always
back of
been
the
one of
book.
those. Yes, I've always been
Just
like
ruined
that.
it for you. Then
That's
like,
not reading the
man,
back of
it's
the book.
like I
That's
read a
reading
book
like
with
the notes
Tarantino
people put
style, man,
online.
you know, like just
Or
back
book
and
report.
forth.
It's a book.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Right? That's how you get it
speaking
done,
of like
man.
off topicness, Claire is now a Disney fan.
Oh well, I always have been. It's
no,
actually
like
really funny.
hardcore. She bought like season passes,
Oh,
like
I
the top
did.
tier version.
Yes,
She
I
is
did.
now committed to coming to Disneyland and Disney World multiple times before the year ends.
Are you
Disney
feeling more
architect.
comfortable coming out of your Disney closet, Claire?
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that.
Yes, quite literally. So okay, so I'll give you a little bit of like a heads up. So I was super into it up until like probably junior year of high school. I would say that's when I started like pulling away, because that's when I actually got into the cool kids group or whatever. And so I was like, yeah, whatever the hell that meant. And honestly, like it just like it wasn't even an intentional thing. Like I wanted to stop. It was just like, you know, you just get busy with other things. But beyond, like before that, I would like, you know, go to the Disney store every time they would, because that was when they were transitioning from like having all the classic films on video, and they were releasing like one on DVD, and it was like a big deal every time they did it, and they had
Right.
these like, you know, promos for it. And then I probably went to Disneyland once a year for the majority of my life. So I have very significant family memories there. My parents have memories there going together. And so like when Sans and I went, my dad got very nostalgic about him and my mom going and stuff like that. And so he's like, you know, very, and like my dad like really wants to come with us. He like, we have, there's a lot of like, you know, a lot of history there.
Memories
And
built
then
and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then like honestly, like I'll probably find all my like old Disney merch and stuff like that, you know, that I have like, you know, at my dad's house. But we ended up going and we went with Josh, and I had the best time ever. And he's like a true fan who's like totally like shameless about it. You know what I mean? Just like grew up
Yeah.
in you know, and it's just been, and then like Tech is a huge fan. And it's really interesting. There's actually a lot of fans in the Lego community. There's a lot of overlap. And
Yes.
yeah, like even
Guilty.
you know, yeah, like like Fred, who's on Twitch, he's also like like an annual pass holder. I don't know if you know him, like Pan Fred Noodle. And then there's also like Tech is a huge fan, and like Holly and Emily, and there's just like so many people. And I was able to like corral, you know, some people together for like a live stream recently. And apparently I left out people. Like Tommy got really upset. He was like, he's like, and then like, you know, it's just,
Yeah, you talking about the one where you had everybody had on the
All the
ears,
yeah,
right?
the ears.
Yeah, no,
It was
exactly.
only
cute.
after when it was over.
Yeah, I think I was lurking around on the stream. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
it's
was like,
just
I
like,
can't relate to this.
I don't know. So
What?
it's like, anyway, it's been fun. And honestly, we're going, and it's really fun to go as a couple to Disney. And it's like,
Yeah.
you
I've
know,
always wanted to go.
it's fun. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that you quite
Yeah,
literally
because
light on
Imagine
every
with
fire.
time we talk
kids.
about it,
Oh, dude, it's
something
stupid with
happens,
kids.
and even for just us, not even like even if my daughter didn't go, Mrs. Hive was like, "Yeah, we have to like save, like, yeah, we have to save like
Lot
a
of
few
money.
$1,000s easy." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah."
When we went as a family in high school to Disney World, it was the most expensive vacation we've ever taken. And we were global travelers at that point. Like
Dang.
And Mrs.
Yeah.
Hive and I both can like drop some money.
It's expensive. It's like I have not bought as much Lego. I have absolutely pulled back. So I started pulling back after I went way too crazy at Brick Fair, Virginia. Like I had
Yeah.
serious,
Damon,
yeah, I had serious buyer's remorse. I like need to do a whole conversation on that. And like I was just like, what have I done?
Oh, I don't have
And
buyer's remorse.
I
I just
buyer's
have like,
remorse.
I wish I had more money remorse.
No, I mean like
You did just buy a house.
yeah, I don't have the room to even like display all the sets that I bought. Like, what was the point? You know what I mean? Like, why did I have to hurry and
Well,
get
that's
like
like
all those retired sets?
that's like these. I have tons of room for these no matter where I live, but what was the point? What am I gonna do with them?
They're shiny.
I know they're so
Nah.
pretty.
They're cool together.
so pretty.
They're cool together.
I
now-
feel your pain though, Claire. Because
Yeah, right. And so anyway, so I started pulling back then, and then I started spending money on organization of the Lego room and stuff. So that's really where like the Lego budget has been like
Phase
going.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so I was already like comfortable. And I was like, I've bought like sets here and there. Like I can probably count on one hand everything that I've bought since Brick Fair, which is like a big deal for me.
Isn't it like
I
a
feel-
relief though? That's how I feel. Because like the only thing
Yeah.
I picked up was the little tumbler because I wanted that Batman.
yeah, and I got that too,
But I
but I
mean,
bought
I've
it with
been
my BFB
just-
points. So I was like,
Yes.
It feels
but I
good.
feel like Claire, like with you though,
It's
with
nothing for me.
your organizational skills and your responsibility skills with like probably finances and whatnot are like extremely valuable and helpful to like space and like what you can buy and what But I guess that's probably why you have the buyer's remorse too. You know?
Well, yes, I mean, honestly, like we've had to put stuff at my dad's house. So,
Oh.
my dad is finally like comfortable enough to start getting rid of my mom's things. So we're going slowly through that. Both my parents never really got rid of anything. So there's like
Mm.
hundreds of like tubs and boxes and stuff to go through. And I literally spent like 8 hours with my dad a couple weeks ago. It was awful. It was literally like, imagine super high stress, like shoulders up to here, like constant fighting with one of your parents. You know what I mean? For
Mhm.
like quite literally 8 hours straight, and having to be like, you don't need this. And like literally he like, so what I told him, he like doesn't want to get rid of all her stuff. So I was like, okay, he has this like really big walk-in on like this certain part of the house. And I was like, I will just fill this with mom's clothes, and anything beyond this is no, like, this is it. This is, and he was like, okay. And so like, she was a flight attendant and she for like different airlines, but she had like 8 versions of every single uniform. And I'm like, okay,
Mm.
we don't need to keep all 8. We can keep one of each. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then like all that's anyway. So it's like constant. But we're getting rid of it. But I got rid of like 20 big tubs worth of stuff. And so now there's like room at my dad's house for like me to
For
put
your stuff?
yeah, and but it's stuff that we're using, which is crazy. So it's like I was able to put my Christmas decorations because I don't have a garage, right? So I don't have anywhere to put my
Poultry
ski
trees?
gear.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have nowhere to put Christmas decor, Halloween decor, ski stuff, camping gear. Like I don't have that kind of space. It's with the Lego thing. Like I barely even had it without Lego, and then let alone 2 people's freaking Lego collections. It's just out of control, and it's
She's
just like,
losing it. No.
yeah, I
Yeah,
am
she's
losing it.
about
I'm
to break
literally,
down
I've
right now.
listed some of my furniture on Facebook Marketplace because I was like, I don't have room for this stuff.
You don't have to
No,
sleep on a bed. Sleep on
I,
the floor.
I that's how I was at the last Lego room, and that's how
Yeah.
I was at the apartment. I was like
Yeah.
bursting at the seams, and
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
point where all right, so like when I got here, one of the greatest things was like I got into my backlog and I was able to build stuff again because I was just too scared to build anything. Because one, I don't know where to put it, and
Right.
then if you know you're gonna move or move around or whatever, yeah, you just. So yeah, that's a big deal.
I'm so
Speaking of which-
jealous.
Now you have all
Speaking
this.
of which,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Claire saw my room
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
with Sans. Yesterday, day before yesterday. Was yesterday?
On Sunday
Sunday?
night.
No,
That's so.
you're
cool.
going. No, you're going home. Not coming to Disneyland.
Yeah, we were Sunday night. Oh my God, Jai.
Was it? Oh my God, I don't remember. Oh no, you're
Shy
asking for
sounds like
somewhere
me
to eat
right now.
yesterday. That's what it was. And you were,
Yeah. So
that's-
okay, really weird story. Okay, so I've gone to Disneyland twice, like in the last couple months, right? So it was like this past weekend, then like a month ago in September or whatever.
Mhm.
And okay, interesting story. Okay, so Shy lives like off the 5. That's all the information I'm giving you. He lives off the 5, and there's an In-N-Out. So that's quite literally like 300 stops that could
pretty much.
yeah. And between my house and Shy's, there's probably 300 options like of that. Okay.
Yeah. for
And
sure.
so, okay, so we drove. So Michael lives like in the middle between the 2 of us. And we dropped Michael off after we hung out with Josh and stuff. But on our way, we were like, oh, we're hungry. So we just like took an exit and we're like, oh, here's In-N-Out. And we ate at that In-N-Out. It was Shy's In-N-Out. We didn't know that until, okay, so basically what happened is like last night we were like, oh, we like wanted to eat something on the way. And so we like took an exit, like totally randomly, not to go to an In-N-Out, just totally randomly. And then we're driving and we're like, oh my God, this looks like Shy's. And I was like, no. Sans like this whole area like kind of looks the same. And then we drive by the street and I was like, oh my God. And then I like looked on my Waze and it was your street. Like literally we were 2 blocks away. And then so like, and then on the way, and then after we called Shy and we're like, oh my God, we're like by your house. Blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, wow. And then as we're leaving and getting back on the freeway, I realized it was the same stop that we were at a month ago, like totally randomly. And so basically like we are being like magnetically drawn to Shy somewhere.
Aura has expanded to the 5 freeway.
There is some like cosmic like thing happening that's like wanting us to end up at Shy and Venus's house. Like I don't know what's happening.
It's a small state. It's a
It is.
small state.
Apparently, it is.
It's the
but,
most
Michael was
populated
big
state
chance
in
coming
the
here.
country.
That is very wild, though.
Yeah, it's literally like the biggest thoroughfare. There is like nothing. I'm sorry, Shy. It is really nondescript, this area, and so
Yeah.
it's like
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like there's not like some kind of identifier. Like really, it looks like everything else, and we just
Yep.
keep going there. Anyway, that's the
Suburb. What do you expect? It's
No,
suburb.
it's fine. It's just so weird.
You know, I don't live in LA proper. I live within LA city limits. I do have LAPD on my block. But I showed Claire and Sans my room. Well, I didn't intend him to come inside. I did prepare for it, but not the Lego room. Like that was the only thing to prepare for. And you can't just go to someone's house who's a Lego fan and just not see their Lego collection.
Right.
Sans had like they were on a timeline too. Like they were trying to get to Disneyland by
we
a
only had
certain
an
time.
hour. We only had an hour left, so it was like a bit. We had done the majority of the drive already, so it was like it was kind of yeah.
So Sans wanted to come in, so I said, "Come in." And then like I was very like, "Okay, you want to see my Lego collection? You have a vast Lego collection yourself. I don't know what I have that would be remarkable to you."
All the Brickmania
All
stuff.
Brickmania stuff. I guess I didn't think about that.
Well,
My
I would love
city's
to see your
different.
city.
Yeah, my
His
city's
city
different.
is super. It doesn't even matter, honestly. Sans put it really well because he's been to a few people's Lego rooms, and he's like, it doesn't matter. It's like it's somebody else's Lego room. It's just awesome. It's
Mhm.
like there's something so exciting. It's like very personal as well. I don't know.
I know
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
that
of
was a
people have
perfect
talked
way of
about
putting
it.
it.
I know a lot of people talk about doing it, but man, if I ever get the money to do it, I'm gonna actually ask as many people as I can if I can visit their Lego room, and I want to
Oh, yeah.
film that, dude.
Of
Because that
course.
would be
Better do that.
such good content, man, and it'd be so cool. Because like I agree with Sans, it's like it's a vibe. Everybody's got a different type of Lego room. You know what I mean? Like to
Mhm.
fit their own, feelings
Oh,
and
yeah.
vibes, and like whether it's this or even though the Brickmania stuff, I totally love to see it, but I love Shy's city. I love how it's like, and especially since you start
mess.
from like that rock kind of that
Yeah.
that on the cliff type thing. You know what I mean? On the edge.
Yeah.
It just I mean I obviously I'd love to see like Claire's stuff just for all the.
It's not ready.
Well, I know, but you look at like all the stuff you guys got organized and stuff like that. And
drawers
like
and stuff.
I would love to see your modulars up close, like on your bookshelves. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of stuff like that. It'd be really cool to see.
It's so personal. It's like it's more than like when you go to like a friend's house or something and you like open like their if you ever do this, it's like if I've never really done
Open
it,
their
but
fridge?
it's open their fridge or like open their medicine cabinet or like something
The
like that.
medicine cabinet.
Or like like with like
Hey
the
man, my
thing-
Lego room's personal.
No, but
You
like
can't just
I
jump
remember
right
like
in. You gotta slowly work your way into it.
well, like I love skincare and makeup and stuff. So a lot of times like I'll go to my friend's house and they'll like be like, "Oh my God, you want to see I got some new stuff," or we'll like talk about it or whatever. And that's also like kind of like it is like a personal thing that you share. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like Shy's totally feel it's like very like the mountain city totally fits. It's kind of like cavey. You know what I mean? It's like a little because it's like you walk in and then it like opens up and it's like but anyway, it's very like
No,
yeah.
watching your faces like literally made my day. Like I
Oh,
wasn't
really?
like honestly when you guys were coming in, I was just like, okay, I wonder what they're gonna think. And right now my room's a mess. Like I said, I wasn't prepared for you guys coming here. I have like Lego everywhere. My army's on the floor. My Falcon army's on the floor. The kids were playing with the city, and
That's
everything's
why
undestroyed.
Sans wanted to go in there. Really, he wanted to see that
I mean-
army.
Well, and that's also why room tour videos are so popular. I mean,
I
and
know,
really
right?
cool. I love watching room tour videos.
Me too.
Yeah, they're cool. I don't think I ever. I only made one, but that was when I made the shelves.
No, you
But-
could literally do it. You could do it like every 15 minutes, and
You
people would be
could do
like,
something different.
I mean,
Well,
I do
and
it every time I
and
change.
for Lego
Change one thing,
YouTubers,
new video.
for Lego YouTubers, like the stuff that I always like to see too isn't just like your Lego stuff, but like your get up. You know what I mean? Like or your setup, like your how you have your cameras and your
Yeah.
like for Shy. It's so interesting to me because it looks like he sits in the middle of the room,
He is.
but I don't know if that's exactly how it is or
He's
not. But
exactly, and he's in the middle of the room.
and because I figured like that's probably the best way to get the most out of your room.
Yeah, you can see both. You can see two walls.
Yeah, but yeah,
Of course, I don't think I've ever really seen the other side.
There's really
Um,
nothing. Oh no, there is.
there's a crap.
But
ton
I
of
just,
those.
I just in my
There's a lot,
mind, I
there's a
just
lot, there's a lot.
assume like it's all Lego still, like the other.
It
stuff.
is. It's
Well,
Lego
see, that's-
360. It's 360 Lego in his room. It's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
right. No one sees this
awesome.
part.
See, that's what I figured, man. That is awesome. Oh man.
You got to come to the house to see, these these minifigures on the wall, the Falcon, the
Brickheads.
Disney, and all this other stuff that's just
Mhm.
not shown. I just don't show it off, or the art, or the backlog. It's just
Or your
it was just fun.
closet.
It was
Mhm.
fun. It was. I did feel happy to show off the Lib collection. I am always happy when someone sees it. Like today, I had I now have fiber optics instead for internet, and it's the best thing ever.
Congratulations.
So I feel like Claire because she has it too.
Mhm.
But I was like, my internet comes from here in this room, and I'm like, okay, so the tech's gonna have to come in here,
Mhm.
and
Oh.
he's not prepared for about what he's
No,
about to see.
my Google Fiber tech loves the Lego as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
And I mentioned it before, like, every time I bring like really like Marines or bikers or anyone who you think would never appreciate this, and they all become kids again, it's the same exact way. Like when they open the door and their eyes just look at everything, the child comes out and they're like, "Oh my god, this is so cool."
That's how our realtor was when we sold the last house, and she knew, like, because she had helped us buy the last house, so she knew I was into Lego. But yeah, I'd acquired a lot more when we sold it. Yeah, I remember when she walked in down there, and she just like
Holy Christ.
she was speechless for a long time, and then she just started walking around, and like she was like, "Is that the Ecto one?" And then like she'd be like over in the city, like wanting to touch the minifigure, and like she was just fascinated by it. But it is really cool. And I always joked around because for me, there's kind of like two different types of people when they see my city. There's the type of people that recognize a lot of the pop culture and nostalgia stuff that's in
Yeah.
it, and then there's just people that just admire it just because it's a really big city.
Mhm.
Yeah, but definitely cool to see people's reactions. You're right, Shy.
No, it's cool to see like new people who you don't think is gonna ever appreciate it, but you don't
Mhm.
think like your friends would really appreciate it because they all, like I said, although I do have a lot of military stuff, it's essentially the same stuff. And
Right.
but then to see like Sans and Claire's face when they like went through the door,
Mhm.
it was priceless. Like having them view things that they would have never even noticed that I had, like the brick heads on my wall,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like it was really. It felt cool to show off like that.
No, but like everybody has stuff that somebody else doesn't have, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you have like certain promos and just like it's also just like cool to see how you display it. You know, it's just
Mhm.
like anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Thanks
Well,
for letting us into your house.
yeah, no problem. You're always welcome. Anyone, all y'all are welcome. Like Sam pretty much invited himself in.
You did. It was
He
very
did.
rude.
And I was like, okay, just gotta be quiet. The kids are asleep. I was just hoping the kids don't sleep on the couch. So luckily they moved. Well, when I went outside, they moved. Um, but speaking of house and Lego rooms, Hive literally just bought a new home, so congratulations.
Mhm.
Thank
He
you, thank
upgraded
you.
to a larger home further away from work, so I don't know how that feels.
Yeah.
It's
But
not too bad. Would you say 40 minutes? 47?
It's 45 with no traffic.
with
Like
no
so,
traffic.
so
like
and there's,
LA and San
there's
Francisco
two
time.
ways. There's two ways I can go. There's 695 north. There's 695 south. And 695 south is where the tolls are, and it's where the like the tunnel is that goes under the water,
Oh,
which is really cool.
So weird how you say freeways or
But
highways up to the.
but the tolls, I calculated if I took the toll to and from work every day, it'd be about $70 extra a month.
Ooh, there's no
Yeah,
passes for those.
no, there's that's what the pass.
Oh, that's what the pass is.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what the easy pass they call it. Like they attach it to your license plate. But like today, if I would have taken the way with no tolls, it would have been like an hour and 22 minutes to get home.
Gross.
I was like, what the? Are you kidding me?
You can swear here; it's totally fine.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, like do you gain back that like $70 in gas or time or like how does that work?
Not really.
So you feel like it's not worth it to you? Your time saved?
Well, it's complicated because I make enough money right now to where it doesn't
Well, obviously, you
hurt
bought a new
me.
house.
Yeah. So it doesn't hurt me necessarily. It just really sucks to drive it. Dude, I just went from a 30-second walk to work to this 45
But
minutes.
to
to an
be
hour
fair,
drive.
you're only in the apartment for a short amount of time.
This is
That's a
true.
That was
big
not
difference, though.
intended. That was not the long-term plan.
So yeah, that part is rough. So
Do you
I
think
don't.
do you think this
Huh?
is gonna rush? Do you think this is gonna speed up the timeline of maybe leaving this place?
I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. There's so many uncertain factors,
Mm-hmm.
as far as those things go. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's really complicated. There's a lot of different things involved, and
I'm sure.
obviously, one of them is we just bought a new house. So to all those youngsters out there, make sure you have a job that you can pay your bills with.
It's crazy, like
Right.
how many people commute very far to work and like spend hours a week
In the car.
just stuck in your car.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whereas if you were to, like for me, like I make less money than I did before, but I'm home all the time. So I'm saving money on gas and maintenance and stuff like that. But I
right.
am more happy than I've ever been in a long time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it's like the price paid with the time I'm given. I've never appreciated it until now. Like when I had it.
Yeah, so that's a whole different side to that subject because I can honestly tell you right now, one of the most valuable lessons I've learned in the last year since I've been promoted is you cannot put a price on a peace of mind.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to make a video eventually about this, but I need to make sure certain things are like taken care of first. But I have been under an extreme, like beyond anything I've ever comprehended in my life, amount of depression and anxiety and stress, like I have never ever experienced before.
Is this
And
before
when I
before
can
new
say,
house? This is
yeah,
before the new house, right?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was before the
'Cause
house.
buying a
Yeah.
house is stressful enough as it is. So you just
Oh,
added
dude, buying a house
ton.
is like nothing.
That was
compared to the
that
last year of my
Well, that was all the
job,
wife.
dude.
That was all the
that
wife.
was that was how easy that was, or how hard
Yeah.
it's
How hard
been.
you are having
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and when I say I can deal with a lot of stress, like I'm not even joking. Like just being a maintenance tech on call for like apartment communities and stuff like that, large and small is an extremely stressful thing.
Mhm.
Whether you get called at like 3 a.m. with a water heater burst on a third floor, you know what I mean? Like, and you got 2 other apartments under it flooding. Like that's the stuff like we would deal with all the time. But yeah. So, anyways. So yeah, that peace of mind thing, I yearn for that again.
I it I hope you find that balance, bro.
Yeah, it'll happen. Yeah,
Like,
don't. There's no doubt in my mind it will happen. It's just of the timeline.
Just a matter of when.
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah, those kinds of things.
yeah. Well, you bought a house.
Yeah, dude.
It's a nice house. It's a
Oh my
big house.
Looks like a hotel.
With a Lego
It
Yeah.
looks
dungeon.
like we're gonna have some crazy parties with
Yeah.
like just 10 of your invited friends
Oh
next
my
Brick
God.
Fair, Virginia.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I've been thinking
Yeah,
about that a
baby.
lot, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to work that out. And
We can all camp in the backyard.
well, I mean,
Right.
I would. So my thought was like in the beginning, and again, I would have to really like kind of work out details and stuff. But I was thinking maybe at the end of Brick Fair,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like maybe on the way out, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously the inner circle of friends that I would invite over here, like don't have to leave that day or night, or like stay the night. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
if we had a good time or something, you know what I mean. There's there's plenty of room.
Oh yeah, you have a lot of room.
Yeah,
Just, yeah.
yeah.
for just you guys.
So yeah, and honestly, I would say probably obviously 95% of the time I spend in this new house has been down here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that is your Lego studio / your man cave.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the size
bizarre.
of the apartment that you were in last.
I feel like it's
dude.
bigger than my house.
It, it's very weird because I've never grown up with money. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've never lived. I've lived in a couple houses like this big, obvious, not this big, kind of close. You know what I mean? But that was like in Florida, and that was with like 4 roommates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Roommate life.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is insane to have an amount of room like this, and it's even crazier because I feel like I'm in a minority as far as having this kind of space. I mean, a lot of people have Lego rooms, but I mean, this is like I was talking about this the other day, like where I've got the forest and desert and just the forest and the desert, the beach is a whole other table. But dude, this is 3 feet by 6 feet tables. So this is a 9 foot by 6 foot area just right here. And I could put 4 more of those tables going that way, and I would still have I could still ride a bike around the table.
You're gonna fill that place up. You do know that.
Well, that's been like an experiment. I was thinking about having like everybody kind of in on, you know what I mean? Like just like an observation of like how long will it take me to fill this place up?
Well, you have to space plan for it. There's an actual science behind it. You can draw it out and you can plan it.
Well, and then there's the other thing. There's money.
What do you mean by money?
I've spent a lot of money over the last couple of years since I've had the channel and filled up the last Lego room.
Uh-huh.
You know, like not just like a couple $1,000s either. I mean,
no, this is like way more. Yeah. No.
So,
I'm encouraging you to pull back, and I'm encouraging, but like this is like a retirement house, right? This is a long term. This is like a 40-year plus.
yeah,
Right?
I actually want to pull back because of different reasons.
Mhm.
Part of it's because of money. You know what I mean? Like I need to take a break
Mhm.
before I really start spending more money again. But the other thing is, you know, I really want to just start going heavier into stop motion, and I really want to get into mock building, which kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of stop motion stuff. So because of that, I don't need to buy sets the way I normally have. And part of that, and I have no qualms with even admitting it, is just straight up addiction. Like I am extremely addicted to Lego
Mhm.
to the point where, again, this is like the 4th time I've shown these. Like, what was the point besides just how pretty they are? Like, what am I doing with these things, man?
No, like you're right. Like we don't.
But I got a big Lego room to fill up now, man.
Yeah, but you don't have to fill it.
No,
That's the
you
thing.
don't have to. It's a studio. If like you can reduce the size, you know what I mean. You can have like a
No,
corner
obviously,
dedicated.
I'm
That's
still
what you
going
can
to
do.
buy Lego sets. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
movie set up there too.
Or like you said, focus on the city.
Yeah, well, that's the city isn't going to be really heavy as focus anymore.
You can break it apart. You can part out the things and start mocking stuff.
Well, no, because I've been trying to figure out, and I've pretty much come to a decision now that if I'm going to do stop motion, I want to use a lot of my modulars as sets,
Mhm.
and that general thing, as far as like the sidewalks and streets and all this stuff. But I can't do it if I have the whole city intact, trying to film around the city. It's just I'm not going to be able to do it good enough or have the right camera angles I want to have.
Mhm.
And I learned that pretty hard when I did my speeder bike drag race, because I did that in my city that was already built, but I could only have pretty much one camera angle unless I just kept making another side of the street. It was
Well, you had a
more
city. You
complicated.
didn't have a set. It's like
Yeah,
a
that makes sense.
right.
You want more sets, yeah. I forgot
Right.
you
Now
said
filming
that.
around the forest is a lot easier because I can move trees and stuff around a lot easier than I can the modulars, especially once I start like making Mills plates, or having like lighted, the street lights, and it just once you start doing all that, it gets really difficult to try and break it apart just to film scenes. So
Mhm.
Right.
so I've actually thought about making a micro city,
Mm.
you know, and then just putting my modulars pretty much kind of like on a shelf, how you do it, Claire. And that
Oh,
way
yeah.
I could just take them down as I want to use them.
And use them. Yeah.
Like
I
Mr.
love
Rogers.
it. I love it.
So, were you the one that mentioned
Yeah.
that?
You should do a Mr. Roger bit where you take a modular off your bookshelf and you tell your stop motion story through the modulars you bring down.
Like
And
zoom
you
in.
zoom it in
Crazy, man.
just like the show.
It's like the
It'll
anime
be-
clip.
You have to sing the song too, put on a sweater every time you do it.
It's so good.
How
Change your
serious can
shoes
I
when you
be?
come
Like,
inside.
won't you be my neighbor, right?
You gotta change your shoes every time you walk down the stairs.
Yeah, like talk about calm vibes.
Oh my gosh, dude. That
I
makes
think
me
that
think
might
of that skit on Saturday Night Live a long time ago that Eddie Murphy did when he did Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and he's like, someone knocked at the door, and he was like, "Who is it?"
I remember that skit actually.
Dude, that was such a good skit.
It's been a while.
Anyways,
But did you ever think though, like, it's funny, like, did you ever think as a kid or even a young adult that you'd be trying to buy a home and think of where to put your stuff, like Lego? Because we saw you. I mean, at least I did. I saw your videos and when you were trying to look for homes. Like you remember that one where you had like four different options and you only showed three.
yeah,
I was confused on what the second one was or third one was.
right,
And then I was like,
right.
okay, you guys skip the house. But in every home, you were like pondering like not only the positives and negatives about like the house itself, but where you're gonna put your stuff. And like when you found that one, you already envisioned how you would kind of place some of your sets, like the Millennium Falcon on that corner wall, and I'm like, that's not gonna fit there, bro, or whatever. And, and
I still think it might.
it's not. You need like 2 base plates of like space forward that to be able to do. No, that's not gonna happen.
Wait,
And-
it's
or
wait,
base
it's
plate and a half.
it's 2 base
No,
plates
it's a
deep.
base plate and a half of space.
Deep depth.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah, because it's the way it's angled.
I kind of knew where some stuff would probably go, but not everything. So I when I came in here, I knew I was going to use one half of the room for one thing, and then the other half for another thing. I just didn't know the exact way I was going to do it.
Mhm.
And then once I knew Mrs. Hive didn't need to use the storage area right next to the Lego room, I was like, all right, there's no windows in there. There's plenty of space for 2 tables. I was like, that's where I'm going to do the filming for the stop motion. So that way I don't have to worry about, because there's like, this is not ideal in here for filming stop motion because during the day there's like all these windows. It is great. You know, I love all the natural light it gets, but you know, like I said, for stop motion filming, it's not ideal.
Mhm.
No
But
way.
that's nice. You got the storage out of it.
Dude,
Yeah, the
oh
OG.
my God, there's so much storage here though. Like we have an entire attic that they already put like the floors in. So like you could live up in that attic if you wanted, man.
You should just turn into a loft.
And then like if you really wanted to do it, because I'm in maintenance, I could do it. I could run plumbing and make sure it's got electric out there. But like, dude, the shed,
Mhm.
the shed is like the
Evan's place.
size of the half of this Lego room. Like you could put a huge riding lawnmower in there and still have like a Lego room.
Make it a
if you
guest
want.
house at that point. Put a cot.
I-
Call it a day.
We had talked about it in case like maybe if one of our parents needed to come, like,
Yeah.
if we needed the
Manual.
extra space, you know what I mean? Like you could
Mhm.
totally do that. It's insane, dude. And even things like so they tried to sell the hot tub separate with the house, and we were like, nah, you can keep it. We're good. You can keep it, man. Whatever. And I mean, and they just bought it a year ago. We saw the paperwork and stuff for it, and they paid like $8,000 for this thing. Okay, and I looked hot tubs up online, and you're like your general price is like 3 to 5. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, what the hell, $8,000, right? So we never really looked at it, and then like I guess right before, or no, sometime in the process that we were actually gonna buy it, they were like, I guess they really didn't want to take it. So they're
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot of
"Hey,"
effort to
they're
move
like,
everything.
what if we like sold it for this price? You know, it was like super low, super low. And yeah, and then Mrs. Hive was like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, you know, our finance is better. Can we afford it? She's like, oh, we can afford it that easy. And I was like, oh,
Well, we just also bought a house, so we could definitely afford that. If it's just
yeah.
another
So we're like,
$50,000,
okay,
sure,
yeah,
why not?
yeah,
Throw it on
we'll
top.
take it, right?
We'll take it.
So then, like eventually we opened it up, and dude, it's like a 7-person hot tub.
Have you used it yet?
No,
So you
No, because it's gonna rack up a heating bill like nobody's business.
Hot
You
yeah,
sell some
tub
solar
it's
thing.
panels
not
or
like hot right now. Like they've had it running, like and you can smell the chlorine and stuff or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's clean. You know what I mean? We just we've been so insanely busy with work and then
Mhm.
trying to move and everything else. Like we just haven't had time to enjoy it yet.
Well, I mean, moving in itself is stressful enough as it is. And do you already have everything into that home now, or stuff still in storage, or your
No,
apartment?
no, we've finally got everything in. Like I took the last two things that I took from the apartment was the gunship and the Ecto One, dude.
Why did
Those
it
are
take
the-
way so long for the gunship to cut down?
Because I didn't know I didn't know how to transport it.
I thought you were gonna say I didn't know where to hide it. I was like,
Like,
what
I
is
didn't know where to hide it. Just throw
No,
it in your
dude,
lap
I
and
did
start
not
driving.
know. No, it's I couldn't.
You know what
fit
you
in the
should have
seat.
asked for that? You should have asked Claire. Because
what?
she moved Lego clear across the country.
Me? Oh yeah, I have absolutely moved a ton of Lego.
Dude, that
Professional.
thing, the
But I
wingspan,
take
like you can't
we
even get
take
through a
sets
normal
apart,
door
though.
frame
That's true.
with that thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
We
Well-
are very aggressive at taking sets apart. Like when we moved Sans' stuff, like I took apart his wind turbine. The only thing he didn't want to take apart was Mos Eisley, and he's like, there's just so much tan. And I was like, I'll rebuild it. He's like, just so much tan. And I was like, okay, like there's so much white with the turbine. Anyway, we didn't take that one
Yeah,
apart, but we should have. I want to take it apart now and just shove it away. Take everything apart.
Just don't tell them.
I don't know.
So yeah, we transported it in Mrs. Hive. She has a Nissan Rogue, so
Oh, that was
the
my
back-
car.
Yeah, the back of
Ew.
it was
Was.
kind of
Your car.
perfect to put the gunship back there. So,
That's a lot. That's a lot for Lego, dude.
well, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of casualties.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, I would imagine. You're
my
not gonna get
God.
unless you properly pack. Did you properly pack any of your Lego?
I
like
properly
saran wrap
packed a
it,
lot of Lego, but the
Even
puff it
problem
out.
if
is
you
you
saran
don't-
wrap it, it still breaks
Oh
apart.
no, it's
Yeah,
gonna break,
there's-
but at least you know your pieces are still together.
Oh,
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
I mean, that stuff wasn't bad. Like when I say like casualties, I mean I can fix the stuff without too much of an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just a lot.
Dude, I've moved my Lego from one room to other, just changing out these floors like a while back, and I stressed out. Like I can only imagine like literally taking it off the property and hope to God it makes it to the other end. Not
my God.
necessarily intact, but just at least pieces together.
I
Somewhat.
wish somebody would have been filming me when I was moving the Lego because
I'm surprised you weren't filming it yourself. You should put a GoPro.
I don't know, man, because I just was trying to hurry up and get it
No,
done. I
yeah,
filmed,
absolutely.
I filmed
Yeah, we
some of
get
it, but when I was driving, I didn't think about it. But like,
No, it's
I
all good.
remember when I was going on 695, somebody cut in front of me, and I had to slam on the brakes, dude.
Oh no!
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I slammed
broke?
on the horn, dude, and I didn't lay off it. I like just left.
No,
Oh,
left
you're a
the
big
nail on
rig.
the horn.
You thought
I
you were a
was
big rig.
cursing and-
I'm not. I
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
come on,
just would
Trevor.
like to say that not a single thing moved in the drive from here or from Ohio here. Nothing moved. But
That's good.
All right, Claire.
no,
Good
but
bro.
we took sets apart. You know what I mean? That's like what I'm literally like vehemently. I'm taking apart the tumbler. I'm like, you're dead. Like it's just everything is going away. I don't enjoy building anymore. There's I mean, I do. Like, I'm really enjoying this. This is
Well,
great.
let me ask you when you talk about the Disney stuff, what Disney stuff are you talking about collecting?
Oh, that I'm really into.
Yeah.
Just like going to the parks, wearing my ears, like chasing the merch, the seasonal merch that's there, going every time there's like a seasonal shift. Just like totally loving the
Oh,
magic and stuff
So
like
it's
that.
not
Disney
like
pins.
collecting Disney. It's like
Oh, I actually didn't buy
and
anything.
and immersing yourself in Disney.
Just don't join the Disney gangs. If you do that, I'm gonna be like,
What's the
oh,
Disney
Claire, please
gang?
take that off.
What is that?
So a while back, like a bunch of friends of different groups decided to don colors of themselves and wear like kind of biker looking rockers and colors and stuff, like having little Disney Star Wars names on it. And like I remember like one of the groups, we call them social clubs because that's what they are,
Mm-hmm.
had our colors on, like as far as like color scheme. And I'm like, oh my god, that makes me so mad.
So I don't see this as being I don't know. I don't see this being too like it's like something I'm gonna enjoy with Sans and like, with our family, knock on wood, and with like our friends that we've already made here, like through the Lego community. You know what I mean? that love it, but I don't see it like beyond that. Like, so I've like ventured and forayed into the like Disney influencer like world. I've just because it's been recommended to me on Instagram and stuff, and it's so not my jam. It's like lots of like girly girl, like let's put glitter filter over everything. You know what I mean?
Friend
And
stuff.
no,
Just
and
kidding. I just wanted to throw that.
no,
They
it's
have,
like
like,
quite literally, it's
Disneyland
like quite literally
vloggers.
people like, you know, putting, I'm like trying to show it, but it's like sticking your foot in the air. You know what I mean? The,
Oh
like,
yeah. I
like,
get it. The
and
poses,
like
Instagram
wearing
poses.
like a little princess dress
Yes.
intentionally to the park just to take a photo in front of the castle. And I'm like, what? Why aren't you wearing like your Nikes and some bike shorts and, you know, some baking soda between your legs so you don't chafe, like, because you're walking 40 miles today.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
giving the secrets.
no,
First
but
of all, do you think you're just not there yet?
no, I'm just like, it's just not, that's maybe, but I've never been into that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, and I remembered that side of things when I was like kind of into it, you know what I mean? Like in high school and stuff. But like I really am enjoying it, like on my Discord and stuff. Like there's a lot of people that are like really into it and we like share our love for it together. And it's very much like just that. And I don't think you know, like, and I could, you know, it's definitely pulling me towards like Orlando. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's pulling me back to Florida to want to spend more time there, which is a good thing. Since Sans has family there, so I'm just trying to find excuses probably to go to Disney World more. That's it.
Literally buy property over there. That will literally give you a reason to go there every day. That's a lot of money to go there every day, regardless of season pass or not. Because of food, parking, like, oh no, parking's free, but like food and food.
Oh yeah. The
And more
food's really
food.
expensive. Even if you have like the passes and stuff, it's really expensive.
Dude, I can't like. I've said it a bunch of times. I think the reason why I'm not a diehard Disney fan is because I've just been spoiled of it. Just because I would go for free. I've mentioned it before. Like I had friends that worked for Disney, as castmates, dancers, all that kind of stuff. So I never ever paid to go to Disneyland since I was a teenager, and like even I got to experience all the Galaxy's Edge stuff before everybody because I got the sneak peeks. I did all that stuff, and I never really appreciated it until none of my friends so all my friends stopped working there, and now I have kids.
You know what's weird is I like Disney a lot. Even like growing up, there's a lot of Disney influence in my childhood, whether it was like even science fiction stuff like Tron. But like I remember loving like the Goofy cartoons, and Donald Duck was one of my favorite characters. But I gotta tell you, man, I've never cared for Mickey Mouse.
You know what? I haven't either.
To be honest, man, I gotta tell you.
No, I care less about Mickey.
Yeah.
I like him more now as an adult.
Like
than
it's
I did
weird.
as
Like
a
I like
kid.
all the others:
Right.
Donald, Pluto, Goofy. You know what I mean?
I'm not into Donald and Daisy. I find them kind of annoying, and I don't find
what
their
about-
Dude, Donald cracks me up
endearing.
because he's always pissed off.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't understand.
But what about DuckTales though?
DuckTales is
Oh,
fabulous.
yeah,
But
DuckTales
Donald
is,
wasn't
oh my
in
god, one of the
DuckTales,
best
was he?
DuckTales
cartoons
was
ever.
amazing.
No, Donald's not in DuckTales.
No,
Exactly.
he's
Yeah,
he
Donald
was
was
he been there like once or twice? Maybe.
Well, he was a couple times.
Yeah,
because
he wasn't really
was
His
there.
uncle.
nephews.
Yeah.
And then we had the reason why I like Goofy is because of when the Goof Troop was that the show Goof Troop.
There was
Goofy?
a show, Goof Troops.
Goofy?
Well, I mean the Goof
Goofy
movie
was
was
just
jam.
such a
It's all about the Goof
nice
movie.
guy.
Like-
It's a goofy movie.
Or
Yeah.
dog.
He's a single
or
dad, man.
whatever.
He raised his son
Yeah, man, you can relate
like a
to him.
G.
Oh, gonna cry right
Yeah. Like Goofy was totally cool.
Even when they gonna shout out loud.
So they have like jewelry with like the what's it called, the pop star from that.
Oh yeah.
I almost bought it. I was like, I'm such a
should've.
sucker.
So I'm surprised. I'm
should've.
surprised that Mrs. Hive doesn't collect more Disney pops
Yes, but you.
because she is really starting to branch out in her pop collection.
Oh, nice.
And
Is she gonna make
used-
YouTube videos now too, or
huh?
is she gonna make pop YouTube videos?
Nah, dude, like I still wonder, you know, every once in a while she'll tell me, she'll be like, maybe I'll go on one of your streams today. I'm like, wow, really? Are you serious? I'm like, no way.
You get so excited.
Yeah, and then she's like, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm like, come on.
Cold blooded.
Why even bring that up?
Because she loves messing with me. And I don't know. I think she wants to, but I think it's a combination of like, you know, she's never been on camera and stuff, man. You know, and
Do on your birthday, what
you
can't say
guys
no?
know, like, especially even us that are comfortable, like even the first time. Well, I guess some people are just naturals, but like for me, I was nervous, man. I didn't know how to act or talk or anything. But also, I don't think she would worry about Good Morning Brick World, but I think she would really worry about being on a Hive stream just in case like her work saw
Yeah.
something or something. And actually, I have made a decision. I have taken Sam's advice. I'm going to make most of it private. I just have
Oh
to go back. I just
wow.
have to go back and start doing it.
Most of it private. I mean, you already made a bunch of them private.
No, I don't think any of them are private.
You've censored a few of them.
Just like
I think
two.
there have been like two. One
Yeah.
was
Yeah, some bad things you said.
one, yeah,
could be
and
misinterpreted.
then there was one.
I remember that
Someone
one.
stuck their foot in their mouth, and then another one.
Well, another one
Someone
I
asked
did
you
as
to,
a
right?
favor.
Yeah,
I did as a favor to somebody.
yeah, which is
And
fine.
yeah. And they weren't like pushing the subject. They just asked me,
Yeah.
like really nicely. So, and the reason I fought it for so long is because I hate. There's two things, man, that I hate. Okay, I hate censorship.
It's not that. It's not that. I get it. I get where it's not that.
Which leads me to the next thing. I hate
Yeah.
people that are too sensitive to not like be able to handle adult things. You know
It's
what I mean?
not. It's not even that either. It's just like you have to view it as like decisions that you make in your life. You make them to protect yourself and your family. You have a job to protect yourself. You have health insurance to protect yourself. You know what I mean? You make investments to plan for the future. It's just it kind of falls into that category. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you have to like. I think if you view it as like censorship, then you're kind of like talking about like a grander thing that really you're taking for granted. Like censorship would be the fact that you would never even be allowed to say those things like online. Do you know what I mean? Like
So
that's
do
like
you think that if I'm gonna make them private to make sure I don't get in trouble for anything that might have been said or jokes or anything like
there's
that?
no
then
shame in that.
no, but do you think that even though I don't want to do it, I'm censoring myself because of it?
You're not censoring. If you were censoring yourself, you would stop doing it completely.
Well, then why am I making them private?
So that you protect yourself and the group of people in your life from stalkers and people and trolls and people that will clip and edit and do things and take things out of context.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about like editing stuff because if that was ever a case, I can just be like, well, here's the actual clip. That part doesn't worry me. What worries me is people trying to get me fired or
Well, yeah,
something like
that's
that.
it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
Yeah.
just the same
Right.
thing.
So
Yeah.
Same
I
thing.
know, but I know, and look, I'm probably like splitting hairs here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm probably just talking out my ass, but I know we're saying protecting, but I still feel like I'm censoring myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm censoring my words so I don't piss people off, so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see it.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'd really have to look up literal like definitions and stuff like that. And also, it's not as serious as I might sound in my tone. I don't want people to get the wrong idea because it's not a big deal.
Mhm.
It was. I think it's partially principle, but I think it's mostly just pride. Like I just don't want to make my videos private. I want anybody to be able to watch them and enjoy them because it's not just me. I know there's a lot. I know I'm not that big of a channel, but there have been a couple people that I've talked about this to that don't want me to make them private because they like to go back and watch them.
And that's why you put them on a specific playlist so that people who really want to see them can see them.
Just unlist them. How about
Yeah,
that? That's a good.
unlisted.
Yeah, I figured there was something you could do like that. Since I've never made anything private, I don't think, or at least twice or whatever that. But I don't know. I've never gone to the point where
You could just unlist them so
It's
they're
just
not
unlisted.
discoverable.
Yeah.
So
And then
the
you
only
just
way-
create a playlist, and then if people want to
That's-
watch it, they can go to the playlist.
That's what I do.
Well,
with
how
my
do they
streams.
watch it if
Yeah.
it's a private playlist?
It's
It's
not
not
private.
It's
It's unlisted.
it's a third
Yeah.
category. When you
Yeah.
when you hit the scroll down button or like the drop down menu, it's
Yeah.
just the third. It's just third option.
So
Like when
you-
people
you
hit your
can't search
channel.
for it. You can only see it if you have the link.
Yeah, if people hit your channel, they could hit your playlists and
Yeah,
you can
and
say
if
like
you
Hive
put it-
stream right there.
And if you put it in your playlist, it'll be all there.
Well, because I wouldn't want anybody to just go see it, right? I mean, just
Well, if
anybody
you
that-
have it out there in a playlist, anybody can still see it, but they have
Oh,
to
dang
actively
it.
go to it though.
I don't know if I want them to actively go to it though.
Okay, then maybe then put them on a private playlist, and then if you want to send it to somebody that you know that watches, like Brick Bunnies or something like that, you can send it to them.
Yeah,
Right
you can put
Very
people on the
specific
private
name.
whatever.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I know Brick
I'm
Buddies.
just kidding.
They watch. They definitely watch like posts.
Is it something I can do for like members?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like maybe that could be a member perk.
there
Yeah,
you go.
you can make it available only to members.
Adjust.
Mhm.
There you
Right
go.
on.
You just made a
Okay.
compromise.
Look at you.
We just taught you something on this thing. Who thought that was going to be a thing?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was gonna make them private anyways. Like I said, I kind of thought about it for a long time, and I was actually getting ready to start it the other day, and I was like, oh wait, I was like, I don't have to worry about like at least the first 5 or so. I was like, because they were just me, just sitting there by myself, like building Assembly Square or something.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, the good old
Yeah, it
days.
was like my
Good
first
old
one,
days.
and like Greg was like the first person to comment on him.
Aw.
And that's how you
Yeah.
came BFs.
Reminiscing.
Yeah.
You cares need to come to come to the States already.
Right.
Wow.
That's funny talking about that because like I was watching my old streams also, and I watched the one with me and you, Hive, and we're talking about minifigs going inside of boxes.
Mm.
And,
What?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sure I was
Before
probably
it
ranting
happened.
about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm
Around that
saying, man.
time.
Like, that's what I was talking about, like with watching Cali Brick Clique older ones, man. Was like it's so interesting to see to the knowledge you have when you go back and watch them when you guys are listening to conversations, you know? Like even like when Claire was talking about the Disney thing and I was talking about like, oh, what did you come out of your Disney closet? Because I was just listening to her and Ryan talk about it like the other day when I was watching the second one that he was in.
Mhm.
And I gotta tell you, I kind of agree with what Ryan said about
Yep.
it. I've never no, nothing bad. I just
No, you can have.
I've never
you know.
I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying I've never encountered anybody that was like, I guess, scared to say like how much they love Disney. But maybe it's because like my perspective has always been like I've always been a nerd. You know what I mean? I've always collected
Yeah.
comic books and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I don't know if it's because I was a skateboarder, but I was just friends with all these different cliques in school, like
Mhm.
jocks and preps and you know, just everybody. I remember just hanging out with everybody.
Yeah. No, so like Disney is like it's on the same category as like Vegas. It's like a forced materialism and forced joy. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it's a fabrication, which is why so many people want to see past it and stuff. And so they're like, no, why would you go there when you can go to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam and really enrich your mind? And it's like, well, motherfucker, I've been to both of those, so I'm going to choose which one I go to. And
Right.
so sorry for swearing again on here, but it's just like
She's always the
there's
first one.
so much elitist judgment coming from like academia and like highbrow society and stuff like that, and it is not acceptable. Like the Disney thing is definitely not. It's a mass materialism thing, just like Lego is, and so it is not greatly. It's not embraced. You know what I mean from that perspective. But like I don't care. Like that's where I'm at. Like I just don't care anymore.
Are you
know?
starting to collect pins?
I have a few. I didn't get any this last trip. I just get some when like I want to figure out like a really nice way of displaying them, and once I figure that out, I might get more. But it is incredibly expensive. You can,
I love pins.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Oh
can
my
calculally
gosh.
like burn like thousands of dollars. I'm gonna do a haul
Yes,
though
you
with like the
can.
things that I got because there's like literally one Lego thing, so I can like kind of be like, oh,
That justifies the rest of the
Yeah.
haul.
I learned
Well-
about
Yeah.
the pin thing when I worked at the Hard Rock Cafe years
Oh,
ago
yeah.
because I opened the one in Key West, Florida.
Oh, cool.
And I remember that night walking out when I was done with my shift, and there were
Mm-hmm.
people outside, like flagging all the employees down because we all got an opening pin, and you
Yeah.
only those employees get those opening pins.
Were they trying to buy them off you?
Oh
then?
my gosh, dude! So
Yeah.
like, and you gotta remember, I was like 20, maybe 21, I don't know, maybe 19, I don't know, somewhere right in there, and yeah, so the guy's like, hey, I'll give you $100 for that pin. And I was just talking to this very famous
You
old
got it.
waitress.
No.
that worked at like the Hard Rock in London or whatever,
Mhm.
and she came over, and she's she's got like all like these pins, and I was just talking to her and a couple other people about how much they were worth, right? Like she was like, yeah, this pin's worth $1,500, and like she's like amazed by how like people
Dude.
priced them out. So, anyways, this guy's like, I'll give you $100. I was like, nah. I was like, I think I'm just gonna hold on to this one, man. And it was a
The
cool
fact that
pin
you said
anyway, right?
I'll give
Dude,
you
I got him
$100,
up to
I'm not
like,
gonna sell it.
I can't remember if it was 300 or 350, man. And then finally, I was like, all right, I'll sell it. I sold it right there. I gave it to him, dude. Yeah.
Oh, it's a joke number. So the pin game is a thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like pins in general, not just Disney, but pins
Yeah.
in general. There's like a
Yeah.
whole. There's conventions on this thing.
it's
Like one of
funny.
my boys, like one of my good friends that out of Urban Outfitters days, like he owns a pin company and he's actually pretty big in it. But like, I didn't realize how big the pin thing was until he opened up his own brand.
Speaking
And
of
like
pins,
to
Oh,
see,
that one's cool.
like it's crazy, like how much work and like how much can
Yeah.
go
This
for.
is my little.
Yeah, and Funko has really got a market wrapped around.
They
it,
do the
too.
big ones, right? They do
Yeah.
like the really big ones.
Yeah, I got a really cool Sith pin from Funko, and I cannot find it for the life of me. But
I just found all my pins, but those are different.
Yeah.
see, that's what I started dabbling into more into instead of Lego. Like, I'm buying more
if I
pins,
get out
these
of Lego,
random
I can tell
things.
you right now, the one thing I will start collecting. I will buy more of like these and then the dark side, the Black
Black
series,
Series?
and the
Yeah.
pops. I would buy more of those, but I really want to get into like statues and busts.
Bus.
Dude,
Oh.
oh my! Every time I go to the
Check
comic
out-
book stores and stuff, man,
yeah,
I always look at
GameStop.
all those statues.
Dude.
GameStop's another one.
Mhm.
And I mean, there's
I miss
so
Warhammer.
many, dude. There's so many.
Oh, talk
I
about
miss 40K Warhammer. Like I used to do that as a kid, a teenager. I used to play the game tabletop. Like I miss having.
Oh, dude, you know what I found
No idea
when
what
I
I
was unpacking stuff?
Zero
I,
idea.
I forgot I had these things, dude. I don't know if you guys know what these are or not, but I used to have a ton of them.
It's like a tool chest,
They're
Mhm.
like I forget what they're called.
like mini bus.
Is that the
Yeah, but they
Marvel
go.
ones?
Yeah, it's the Marvel ones. They go to the games. Like wait, here's
Mm.
MODOK. I got MODOK.
Whoa.
I thought
Yeah,
like
they're
Click
real.
something.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
like
remember.
numbers. I
Yeah.
can't remember how to play the game.
What were those
I
for?
just- It's for some game.
It's a
and these are
tabletop
old.
game, I
These are the
forget.
old ones.
They had a Star Wars one too.
Yeah,
oh, yes, I
they
know
got a
those
bunch
ones.
of different ones. I was trying to see if you said on there, but I don't know. But it was really
Dang,
cool,
wow.
man. I don't know if they're worth money or not. I should check.
Well,
I
regardless
got
of the
those
fact, it
in,
looks
like,
like if
the
we ever
late
get a Lego,
90s.
we're gonna collect something. I think we're just all natural hoarders of some sort of product.
It's in our
Right.
genes.
There's nothing we can get out of it. Claire looks like she's about to fall asleep. She was partying right before this.
But I wasn't. I just went to a
Shit.
dinner. I wasn't partying. What are you talking
It
about?
didn't sound like you just went to a dinner.
Party.
It sounded like you were partying.
No, it was like a dinner with like 9 people, and I don't know how, but it was like you know how
Strictly
like
business.
scan the QR code and you order from your
Mhm.
phone and stuff now. But like this one, they only wanted you to order from like one phone for the whole table, which is like totally reasonable. Like that doesn't
Makes
I don't
sense.
yeah. And so I don't know how I got scammed into it, but I ordered for 9 people. It was like a $700 bill.
Damn.
Wow.
As long as you had fun.
I had fun.
that's
It's
what
fine.
counts, right?
It's fine. I got Venmo'd. It was like on the dime of my old company, so it was fine.
Oh,
Oh, there you
Oh,
go. There you go.
Well, there you go. So
I
Claire
just
had fun.
Claire made some credit card points.
There you go.
I was thinking about when we were buying this house. And is it bad that when we were looking for houses, really the only thing I was looking at was just the basement area for the Lego?
Yes, because there might come a point where you go in and out of the hobby, and I think and I know you have been in it for a really long time, but it's fine. You bought a good house; it's got tons of storage.
Yeah.
So
You'll figure it out. You'll
yeah,
make
you'll
best good
figure it
use of that space regardless
Yeah.
of the fact.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Either way, it's like your area, regardless of what you fill it up with.
exactly.
True. This is
I
true.
have, like I'm so jealous, and it's like for me, it's not just because of the Lego. It's just because like I love decorating the house. I love buying decor. I love stuff.
Yeah, I'm very,
The vein on top of your head is like literally about to pop out.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see what Mrs. Hive does with the house. Because
Keep the
I've
Lego
asked
there.
her
Don't bring anywhere else in the house.
Oh no, dude!
You have no reason to with how big that place is.
You guys,
No,
I have
dude.
2 of these Alex drawers full of makeup in my bedroom. Just 2. Plus more. Like I have hobbies. I have like hobbies that have stuff. I have like another one full of like art supplies. I have so much stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm
just
so
extra
jealous of you.
Yeah,
Just thinking about a Cali.
it's like I said, it's pretty insane. But it's, I mean, it's really because of Mrs. Hive mostly. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Hey, no, you landed her. You're good. Like it's both of you. You guys make each other. Blah blah blah. It's your achievement too.
Well,
You could
yeah,
not
but
listen
if
to
it
her
wasn't
and
for
totally
her,
screw up your own credit.
No, but look, do not think for one second, man, that if it wasn't for her, we would be in a much smaller house.
Yeah, you can totally give her the credit on that one. For roping you in and putting you on check.
Sealed the deal.
I mean, it's insane, like, because yeah, I've never lived in anything like this, like as far as like having this kind of space, to the point where it's mind-boggling. I don't know what to do yet with a lot of it.
You'll figure it out.
There's so much space, you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
You don't know what to do with what yet. So yeah, it's.
But see, that's the fun part about having a house. That's yours. Like you can literally do whatever you want, and you don't have to answer nobody. And like, you arrange your furniture one way, and then you change.
Now I just gotta figure out a way that I can stay here more instead of going to work.
That part.
Well, that's a different topic for another time.
Part 3.
Part 3. Right. We'll get you on here before we bring Ryan, so he'll get pissed.
Yeah. See if I can figure it out by then. I can tell everybody this.
So we'll give you.
Oh my god, another 20 years maybe I can retire.
No, you'll figure it out, dude. Like you
should be good.
I think you should give yourself more credit. I mean,
I'm working on it.
You've definitely done well for yourself to obtain the salary that you have. You have a loving wife who lets you pretty much do whatever you want in the bottom floor, which is very unheard of. And then you have like a mass Lego collection that you can just do whatever you want and or get rid of if you just so choose to. Like, you know, I can go on and on. Like you have so much good stuff that's going on with your life now. Your main thing is trying to figure out how to utilize your time to be able to enjoy those stuff. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, you're winning right now. So just accept it, dude. It's something to pass on.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely fortunate.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Yeah, and I'm definitely enjoying it. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Like you're gonna be. Hopefully, the arranging your Lego room doesn't stress you out.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. If you're stressing out about where to put a Lego set, then you just need to drop it for a little bit and then like
right.
Or unfortunately, like I think like what I would just get around to the fact that you might have to buy money to get organized. You might have to spend money to get organized. You know, on shelving or drawers or drawer organizers.
At least shelves are how affordable.
Yeah, that's actually the one thing I haven't started yet is all the shelves because I have so many.
You should probably do that first before you start moving Lego around.
I ordered my shelves, you guys, that are gonna go back here.
Yeah,
hopefully they're being done professionally this time.
They are.
You said they were being done professionally, right, Claire?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same ones that I got for the living room, the really nice metal ones. I was debating back and forth. I was like, oh, maybe like we'll get some. Like glass, because I found exactly like how I want to do glass, like if I want to do glass cabinets one day, but it's too big of an investment for this space. This is not our forever home, but those shelves would be useful wherever. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like you could fit like a futon underneath it and you can put books on it and stuff like that. But anyway, so
it'd be cool to finally see the back part of your room filled, not necessarily full, but like at least merged in a nice cohesive way that your front room looks like.
It's gonna look
because you have a really cool, like your shelving unit in your living room looks really, really good. Like you have really like all your books, you have like your TV, and then you have like Lego kind of sporadically, strategically placed. Like it would look, I think it would like complete your Lego room, and you could probably like unclutter a lot what you have right there.
Oh, that's
It's that.
exactly it. So the plan is like, do you see how there's like stuff on top of like the iris drawers?
Yeah.
There's not going to be any of that.
Yeah,
Like
it'll just be clean.
the shelves start right there.
I think you would be a lot
Okay,
happier
yeah.
because you would
Oh,
have
I'm
like
so
control.
happy.
It'll
Well,
feel
it
like you
would
have
be-
control.
It would look really good too.
Mhm.
Oh, I
You
think it's
know,
going to look
instead
great.
of having like the white wall, just having shelves with all the
Yeah.
colors of sets and stuff.
No, I'm super excited. The thing is, and then like I'll be able to get rid of this Calix unit, or we're taking it over to my dad's to like put books and other things in and stuff like that. But like, it's just, you know, it's not long term though. You know, I got to find my forever home. But I don't think
Forever
we're
homes across the bay.
maybe, I don't know, but what I think so. But I guess like maybe
Your
we,
your forever homes across the bay. Your summer homes in Florida.
that's what I would like us to do. But
That makes sense.
I think also it's okay, like, you know, to not decide this right now. Do you know too? It's like to make a decision that's like good for 5 years or something like that. That's always been really hard for me to do.
Just having a 5-year plan, like limiting it to a 5 year instead of like 20 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, that mean is that including like a home, or is that like
that's it.
outside of a home?
No, I mean a home like decision, because like so like but I've already like done things like outside of my like previous tenure. I mean, this was one of the tracks that I had planned out for myself. It was meeting Sans, getting into no, I'm kidding. It was like having my own company, you know what I mean? And like
Right.
that was like track one, and then track two was like continuing with like really, really large firms and like, you know, getting bigger and bigger and then working internationally. But that was like, but I didn't want it after, you know, after COVID happened, I was like, no, thank you. I like my whole, and I don't know. It just, yeah, now I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy this journey with you guys. It's so crazy. It's like,
You're flexible.
I'm very flexible. I'm very lucky. I mean, like most of my business is gonna be in California though, so I need to have a touch point here. But the reality is like, I was talking to this group of people, and like they've all had like just such a difficult last couple years, and just like so many people have, and they're like, Claire's been thriving. You know, she like met a COVID boyfriend and joined in a community and has like so many new friends and is like traveling and stuff like it's like you think about it like for, at least like we have such a wonderful thing here that's like so special and so wonderful that like most people can't say that they came out of COVID with this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think about, because I started the channel before COVID, so I think about that, like if that would have compelled me even more, you know what I mean, if I hadn't, because it was interesting to see things around. And you know, and I remember I started my vlog, my week in review vlogs. I started it of January of that year, when it started.
Like,
So
you
it was
have
so
many
interesting.
exciting things.
Well, no, but like when you go, like I go back and watch sometimes, and you can see like the timeline of everything, like of how like I start talking about it, like yeah, there's this thing, COVID, blah blah blah, and then eventually like down the weeks or whatever, I start wearing a mask, and like I start talking about the, you know, the things that happened, and it's just real interesting. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Like,
I had 3 career shifts and
Yeah, you did.
like, yeah, it's crazy to like go through old vlogs. And that's the reason why I continue to do that. It's just because it's a synopsis of different points of your life that it would be nice to reflect when you have the opportunity, and or when you know, when you want to.
but it is amazing, yeah, the community that we have because of that, you know. And I remember we were said something right in the beginning. It was talking about how the year's gone by fast or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it made me think about like, it seems like since I've been in the Lego world, Lego life moves fast. I don't know if it's because like we keep up with sets and like in
Yeah.
calendar, there's calendars,
Dates,
promos, and
yeah.
dates, and like,
Interesting.
but like it just seems like our timelines just move because we're always going to the next set, the next theme, the next this, the next that, you know. And even before we even get there, we're like anticipating leaks and pictures, and like
I think that's a
interesting.
big part of it. I think
I
it's
just
we're all-
wonder-
feel like it moves fast for us.
I think also because we're content creators,
I wonder if
and
that's
like
why I
we
kinda
all
feel-
have personal things that we do on the side that already keep us occupied. But then on top of that, we build, which takes
Right.
up time, and then we create content, which takes up time. So like when you have a finished product of not only the normal everyday Joe with the Lego fan who just builds a set and calls it a day, you
Joe.
do something out of it. You make
All
something out of it, and it becomes more of an extension of what that Lego set is, which then it exponentially grows as far as how much time you're putting in. And before you know it, your set that was really only intended to take only 2 hours every time became 10 hours every time
Or more.
or more.
Or more. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're Sans, it takes you like 5 months. So like, well, shout out to Sans.
Yeah. There's always a shout out to Sans.
He doesn't watch his stuff anyways. So you
Doesn't
know how
lie.
many times we talk about him.
Never.
But yeah, I think we've already this definitely hit the same mark of time that your last episode was. So which is I think the longest episode we've had ever.
Yeah, I probably just talked too much. I don't know. Are you sure Greg's wasn't longer? He talks probably more than me.
No, you're still in lead. I think you're still in lead with your first episode. That's no one's topped that. I think Jane came close. Ryan had to cut off, so like twice.
Hey,
And then
Dan's is pretty long too, though.
yeah, you guys are definitely up there. So,
You know, and I was pretty honored too.
See?
I saw the last one that I was on with you guys. It got a lot of views too, man. I was pretty honored about that. I felt special.
Out of like
I was
150 to 200 on Spotify or more, depending on the episode.
Oh, I gotta get Spotify.
A lot of the retention stays over there because people go there to listen to the whole thing. It's really cool.
Well, you guys got a really awesome thing going. I mean, I'm proud of you guys. You've stayed strong. You've built a following. You guys are like mad cool. Like with
It's
your,
the
I mean, like,
most consistent thing we've all done.
well, I mean, you guys have a very good blend of, you guys know each other, and you're obviously friends, but you have different perspectives and views and experiences on things. You know what I mean? And it's really good for content and conversation. And as always, I know I can always talk and debate with you guys about stuff, man. And
Oh yeah, we could definitely argue.
It's all good,
We came out the womb arguing today. We could even go past like 10 minutes of banter before we started yelling at each other about
Yeah, my bad.
an argument that wasn't even started by us. Good job, Claire.
So annoying.
She's still pissed.
He's so
Every time
annoying.
Brian says something dumb, I'm like, okay, Claire is like literally gritting her teeth
I'm
across
so
the
annoyed.
country right now.
She's like, Ryan.
I get so mad. I'm like, Sans, go right now.
I mean, come on, you met Ryan like that in the conversation in the chat. Come on,
That's true. That's how.
that's how we all noticed you.
That's how. Yeah, Sans noticed me too. He's like, "Who's that lunatic?" Just like
who's
raging.
this person who ranting about whatever?
I'm like, "What are you fucking
You're like,
talking
oh,
about?"
this person's on a new one. Is this a troll or no?
Do I?
I mean, she's definitely talking too smart for a troll, so it's not that. It's not our usual suspect. I wonder who it is.
Oh, I love my trolls.
I
They're really profane.
as
really
as
dirty.
with a lot of people that have come into the fold of our circle of friends, man. Like I knew as soon as Claire was able to hang with us, dude. Like as soon I knew it, I was like, dude, she's got a sense of humor, and dude, she's totally cool, man. I was like, yeah.
It was on.
So yeah, it was on, dude. And then from then on, it was like, yeah, she was just like part of the family, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's met some really cool people, man, through this community. I gotta tell you.
So now I'm changing the title of this episode from "Buying a Home for Lego" to "Reflection."
Finding a home in Lego. How about that?
There we go. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, that's where we're gonna end it. Hey, Ninja, kill it, dude. Otherwise, we're gonna keep going.
Oh shit! I'm over here building. I was just chilling. All right. All right, folks. I mean, that's it. Until next time, y'all. Be easy.
Peace.
Bye.
Ninja's like, what? Are we on a podcast?
Oh my god. Oh my god. We're trying to end it like 30 minutes ago. Hey, that's more of it. Oh, well, thanks, dude. That was a good one.
Thanks for having me on again.
Let me go get things. I always forget to tell him when we're done.